Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at two Blu-ray releases that for me are a really big deal that they came out, and were both very unexpected ones. I was not anticipating seeing a release. And starting off, we're going to look at the North American release finally of Northern Exposure on Blu-ray. And why this set is a big deal is actually the type of show that I own it on DVD, and I wouldn't really upgrade or rebuy or anything the Blu-ray set for this type of show normally, except this has the corrected licensed music, the music issues. If you're not aware, the history of the home releases of Northern Exposure, there were select episodes released on Laserdisc and VHS. And then when DVD came out, finally started getting the full season releases. A couple different variations over the years. But the problem with the DVD releases here in North America, at least, were some issues with the rights to some licensed music. Northern Exposure, depending on the episode a little bit, whether how significant it is, but a lot of episodes used some licensed music, and that added a lot to the atmosphere and the feeling of some scenes throughout the show. And there were issues, so then for these DVD releases, a lot of those were replaced by, you call it like elevator music, and some of them are kind of covers, kind of generic things to replace some of the more iconic licensed music. And then there was a Region 2 Blu-ray release years ago for Europe with most of the music stuff corrected, and I never really thought that we would actually see that release here, and finally they did that, and that's why this is kind of a big deal, and that's going to replace a lot of the older releases that I have for the DVD sets, because it is a corrected version. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and this is definitely an interesting release for me as well, because Northern Exposure is a show that I watched as it was airing, but I really more watched it because my dad was a really big fan, and so I watched it and I liked it, but it wasn't one of my all-time favorite shows, and it's one of the few cases of a show that has grown on me more over the years. It's become much more of a show that I watch more frequently, more of a kind of a comfort viewing type show. It's one that's grown on me over time, and so to have this set now with the corrected music and all the extra features that were included in the previous releases as well, so this is kind of the definitive set for Northern Exposure now here in North America, starting off with this set that has seasons 1 and 2, since those were very short seasons. I think season 2 is like 7 episodes, is off the top of my head, trying to remember. So that's all in here. Yep, 7. So 8 and 7. So season 1 with the old cover art for season 1. Season 1 and 2 there. Season 3, which if I had to pick a favorite season, it'd probably be 3. It's either going to be 3 or 4, but season 3, if I had to go with it, there were a couple of standout episodes like Sicily that were just incredible. So season 3. Season 4. And season 5. Season 5 is a season that I'm glad kind of over the years I've given it another shot and rewatching it on DVD, because it's not quite as strong as, say, seasons 3 or 4, but there's still a lot to really like, and there are definitely some standout episodes, and by this point they've created such a wonderful cast of characters. So many, even just people that you see mostly in the background, a few lines here or there. The whole town just feels like a living, breathing thing at this point, that even some of the episodes that maybe aren't as strong as some of the best of the whole show are still great, just because you really get into the lives of these people and you want to see what's going on in Sicily. Then the one season that I'm curious to rewatch, because I haven't really rewatched it in years, because just genuinely didn't like where they took some of the stuff towards the end. Season 6 just doesn't quite live up to the rest of the show, and I really hate what they did with Joel's character to wrap up his story as the actor is leaving the show. So I don't like a lot of the creative choices that are a part of Season 6, but again, there are still a lot of those characters that are wonderful and make a lot of the episodes work. It's a show that, even without Joel, could have kept going. It's one of those things. They did establish so many solid characters that even though he was really technically like the main character and the thing that brings you in, the stranger in the strange land, to get you introduced to this new world here in Sicily, Alaska, it still could have continued without him. Could have been a strong show. So it's a show that I feel like didn't end quite as strongly as it began, but still some good things I remember from Season 6, and it's going to be interesting to revisit this season in particular. And that's what I'm really excited about with this set, is re-experiencing some of the episodes and going through the show again with that original music intact. Having seen some of those over the years, and there are fewer issues with the Laserdisc and VHS releases, but again, those are just like select episodes, not entire seasons. So this is going to be amazing to revisit a show that has really just become one of my favorites to kind of pop on and watch over the years. And now we have another Blu-ray release that I find very surprising. I was incredibly excited when I heard this was coming out through Kino Lorber's Studio Classics. We have a William Powell Philo Vance collection. Before he was Nick Charles in the Thin Man movies, he also played another detective, Philo Vance, and based off a series of detective novels, and large majority of them were only available in very low quality releases, many of them just DVR releases, some like older Warner Archive that just weren't very good picture quality. In general, they've not had a solid release until now. I'm really excited to explore these, get 3 of them, and the one I am by far the most excited to check out, because every copy I've ever seen, and I think it's public domain, even on YouTube and stuff like that, is the Canary Murder Case that co-stars Louise Brooks, who is an actress I really enjoy. So I'm very curious to see what the quality is like on these. It's supposed to be a big upgrade from what has been available previously, and having this 3-movie collection with the Canary Murder Case, the Green Murder Case, and the Benson Murder Case is just amazing. Go ahead and open this up. Along with some special features, we have audio commentaries for all 3 movies. Nice slipcover. And all 3 on one Blu-ray disc from Kino Lorber. Alternate artwork on the back. This looks like a fantastic release with these brand new HD masters from the best available prints compared to a lot of those really shoddy DVR releases that have been released over the years. It's amazing. Really did not expect to see these in a higher quality release, especially the Canary Murder Case. It just is going to be incredible to check this out. Based on the S.S. Von Dyne's best-selling novels, these classic pre-code murder mysteries showcase the case-cracking prowess of the debonair detective Philo Vance, as portrayed by cinema's icon of gentlemanly sleuthing, William Powell. The Canary Murder Case from 1929. Who silenced the Canary? A scheming showgirl known as the Canary turns up dead, and so does the lone witness to the killing. Only Philo Vance stands a chance at cracking the case. Directed by Malcolm St. Clair, co-starring screen great Jean Arthur and legendary Louise Brooks as the conniving Canary. The Green Murder Case from 1929. Members of the wealthy but loathsome Green family gather at a spooky old castle to establish the terms of a will, only to be mysteriously murdered one by one. Philo Vance scrutinizes the clues and the suspects. Directed by Frank Tuttle, co-starring the dazzling Jean Arthur again and Florence Eldridge. And then from 1930, we have The Benson Murder Case. When a ruthless, crooked stockbroker croaks at his luxurious county estate, Philo Vance just so happens to be there to investigate. Directed again by Frank Tuttle and co-starring Ace Paul Lucas and William Stage Boyd, and one of Powell's Thin Man suspects, Natalie Moorhead. So this is going to be an incredible release to go through. I'm really excited for all three of these, and it's great to see something like this actually get a new scan and a high quality release, something that just for years and years has only been available in low quality releases. It's good to see stuff like this get attention, especially stuff that just doesn't seem to have as much of a legacy or be in the limelight really as things obviously like The Thin Man. This is the kind of stuff that over time you start to worry, like, is it going to be just kind of forgotten by time? Like, sure, there are some fans out there, but it doesn't seem to be very many these days. That's something that a lot of people give attention to, and so it's wonderful to see releases like this, not only for existing fans to have them in much better quality, but maybe make some new fans and kind of keep stuff like this alive a bit longer.